Changia hoja ya kiongozi wa wengi kuhusiana na huduma katika kituo cha Busia na vituo vingine vya mipaka ya Kenya na nchi nyingine za Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki. Mheshimiwa Spika, imekuwa ni donda sugu kwamba kuna utepetevu na kucheleweshwa kwa wafanyabiashara ambao wanatumia mipaka ya Busia, Malaba na Manga na hata vile vile Lungalunga kule pwani. Mheshimiwa Spika, japokuwa tumekuwa na East African Community, Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki kwa zaidi ya miaka 20, matunda yake Mheshimiwa Spika hayajaonekana. Tumekuwa tukitupatupa mikono kizani bila ya kujua ni kitu gani ambacho tunafanya. Mheshimiwa Spika, wale ambao wamebahatika kuzuru mpaka wa Busia hivi asubuhi, mbali na msongamano Mheshimiwa Spika, hata vyoo pale katika mpaka ule Mheshimiwa Spika hakuna vya kutosha vya kuhudumia madereva ama wale watu ambao wanapita wanatumia mpaka ule kila siku. Mheshimiwa Spika, madereva wengi huwa wamesafiri kwa mwendo mrefu na hawana huduma zozote ambazo wanapata katika barabara zetu. Tukiangalia Mheshimiwa Spika, barabara zenyewe ni nyembamba, magari mawili hayawezi kupishana bila ya moja kushuka chini, wakati hapa ndio mpakani tunaingia Kenya. Mheshimiwa Spika, inavyotakikana Mheshimiwa Spika ni kwamba barabara hapa zingekuwa ni kubwa, mahali pakubwa pa kuweza kuegesha magari watu wakisubiri huduma za mpaka, na vile vile kuwe na sehemu ambazo wananchi ama wale madereva ama wahusika wanaweza kupata mapumziko. Nilifanya mswada Mheshimiwa Spika wa kutaka kuwekwa vituo maalumu katika barabara zetu kuu ili dereva aweze kupata kupumzika, kuwe na huduma za ambulance pale, kuwe na huduma za zimamoto na huduma nyingine za kijamii katika barabara zetu kuu Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu tumeona kuna sehemu kupata fire na barabara nyingi ama zimamoto na barabara nyingi Mheshimiwa Spika ziko mbali na vituo vya mji. Kwa mfano, juzi kumetokea ajali kule Kilifi, imekuwa ni shida kupata fire kutoka Malindi mjini kuja kuzima moto sehemu za Mtwapa. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, ipo haja kubwa ya kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba hizi huduma ambazo zinatolewa katika vituo vya mipaka ni huduma ambazo zinastahili kupatikana katika sehemu zile. Mipaka mingi Mheshimiwa Spika, ukienda sehemu za Ulaya utapata kwamba ni ile tunaweza kusema seamless, yani hakuna pingamizi yoyote, unaingia mpaka mmoja kwenda mpaka mwingine bila matatizo yoyote. Lakini hapa kwetu Mheshimiwa Spika imekuwa ni donda sugu. Tulianza katika jumuiya ya kwanza ambayo ilifariki mwaka 1977, tukaanza nyingine ya hayati Moi na mwenda zake Ali Hassan Mwinyi na Museveni. Rais Museveni bado yuko, lakini bado jumuiya haijaweza kufanya kazi Mheshimiwa Spika. Zaidi ya miaka 20 sasa, wakati jumuiya ya Ulaya ilikuja nyuma sana baada yetu na inafanya kazi bila matatizo yote. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, mbali na kusema hapa, ipo haja ya wale maafisa wahusika kuhakikisha kwamba hivi vituo vinafanya kazi, kwa sababu vituo vikifanya kazi mapato yataongezeka, mazao yataweza kuongezeka, kwa sababu kutakuwa na haja ya watu kukuza mazao zaidi ili waweze kuuza katika masoko ambayo yako. Lakini kwa sasa Mheshimiwa Spika, ni kunyanya sana katika sehemu nyingi za mipaka. Watu wengi wanapoteza wakati pale, wanapoteza masaa, madereva wanapata shida kwa sababu mara nyingi mizigo haifiki kwa wakati unaotakikana. Hata kama tutaweza kujenga vituo zaidi kama hicho ambacho kimekwama hapa, itakuwa haina faida Mheshimiwa Spika, wakati huduma zenyewe si za kisasa.
Senator Abbas.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to join my colleagues also to add on this motion, which is actually the right time. Honorable Speaker, one thing I found is that actually this country, we always say that we are the economic giants of this region. But however, when you go to the borders, if you look at the flow of vehicles and carrying goods, there's a lot of trade imbalance. One thing I've realized is last time I was in Tanzania, the fleets of vehicles that are coming and waiting at the border points for clearance from Tanzania is just so huge. All carrying goods, especially cereals and all this, and the timber and all this. But when you look at the side of Kenya, the flow is very small. The number of vehicles are very few. That shows that in Kenya, we are actually disadvantaged in terms of trade in East African community. And I think, I don't know, in a country where there is food scarcity, then you cannot be able to be proud of being the economic giant of this country, of this nation, this region. The cereals and the food that comes from Tanzania and Uganda is unbelievable. One other thing, Honorable Speaker, is that even the passengers, I think I've been going around the last night, and the number of vehicles that are going to Uganda, the buses are actually very few also. So that means there are more people coming from Tanzania, from Uganda, than going to Uganda. That shows actually the Ugandans are doing more business with the Kenyans than Kenya going there and getting goods from them. Honorable Speaker, I was there this morning, and I think I attest that Mr. Sheregei was with me actually. He was there. I want to confirm to the House that he was not among the young men who slept, but he was there. One other thing, Honorable Speaker, is that the roads are just too narrow. These vehicles are huge. They carry goods, heavy goods. And you see the road from Kisumu to Busia is in a very bad condition. The night I traveled from Kisumu, I was shocked. The vehicles almost hitting one another and colliding on one another. There are so many potholes. This is actually the lifeline. Our economic lifeline is this road. Mombasa, Busia, Nairobi, Busia. This is actually the roads that are supposed to be made and repaired every one given time so that we can have more goods and the vehicles can be moving faster. Then how it is now, those roads are so poor that vehicles take too long, other than staying long along the border lines. Even along the road, these vehicles actually take more time than expected. Honorable Speaker, I think one other thing is the welfare of the drivers and the passengers. Honorable Speaker, there are no proper ablution places, where place for resting. You know, you have to motivate our drivers who are long-distance travelers. The people who travel from Uganda, the people who travel from Kenya, at least along the road, there should be a place for ablution, a place for resting, at least a place for showering, and those places. Therefore, I think it is high time that the country must give back. Because now I'm seeing, we are being told that the target for this year's collection is 9.6 billion. So I think it's the high time that Kenya should be able to invest so that we can be able to have a comfortable traveling and has at least increase the flow of goods and people traveling. Honorable Speaker, finally, as I was walking, I was hearing the people talking that I think the senators should come back again. Because they said this is all the time we're seeing people who are serious. People are saying that Parliament is serious. So I think the Senate machinery also should be increased at least twice in a year, where so that people can appreciate more and we can be able to reach more counties in a given time. If we can go to at least 6, 7, 8, every year twice. I know it's economically not viable, but of course the Kenyans appreciate that we must visit at least wherever we can reach far ends. We can have even split house, one be led by the speaker, one led by the deputy speaker, so at least we can have concurrently maybe at least 2 sessions of visiting by having Senate Mashinani. I think, Honorable Speaker, with those few remarks, I beg to support.
Senator Fernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for this opportunity. I confirm that I was among the senators who went today in the morning. Mr. Speaker, and I want to confirm some of us are young, but we wake up as early as 4 a.m. to serve this nation. And even during initiation, some of us went at 3 a.m. So sleep is not an issue because some of us are dry Kalenjin men. Mr. Speaker, let me make the following observations. One is that this border issue is a very critical issue. Mr. Speaker, I thought I should dispel the critics who wonder why senators would visit a border post. Because our work is devolution and counties. Yet most of our critics forget that under Article 96, our role is to protect devolution. And Busia as a county is a border of another international country like Uganda. So I hope, Mr. Speaker, because I've seen some people criticizing, especially our colleagues in the National Assembly, wondering what we are doing. In fact, they should have done this job before we came. So, Speaker, this Busia border is a very critical point. But it is very unfortunate that there is a lot of gridlock because of poor infrastructure, demotivated staff. Mr. Speaker, we were shocked that there is around 110 acres, colleagues, who is supposed to be handed over to Kenya Revenue Authority to develop and expand and ensure there is ample parking and processing of clearance of trucks that are either outbound out of Kenya or inbound from Uganda. Mr. Speaker, and we were told that the proposal is that you heard about Mulwanda border point, Mr. Speaker. We should operationalize, Mr. Speaker. We heard about, I think what was called Buteba border point, which is not very far, Mr. Speaker, that can be operationalized. Because we came to learn, Mr. Speaker, today in the morning, that Busia clears more people. But when you go to Malaba, it clears more trucks, Mr. Speaker. And this 110 acres, Mr. Speaker, we hope, and I hope National Land Commission is listening, because I've seen, Mr. Speaker, this is what is missing in this motion, that we should also include that the National Land Commission fast tracks the transfer of land from the Ministry of Interior to Kenya Revenue Authority and East Africa Ministry so that they can process and allow the expansion. Mr. Speaker, for some people who have traveled to the US, you see, and this is to Kenya National Highway Authority, under the law they must construct resting places. Mr. Speaker, it cannot be that when you go to the Busia border point here, that you have to pay to use a public toilet. 20 shillings for the long call, 10 shillings for the short call, Mr. Speaker, and 50 shillings to get a shower. While you go in some states in the US, they have constructed resting place with a convenience store, a sleeping area, a parking area, Mr. Speaker, and even where you can protect dignity. And it is embarrassing, Mr. Speaker, that in the other side of Uganda, the use of hygiene facilities, that is toilets, is free of charge. Mr. Speaker, there is a bigger problem that we need to be told what is really happening, Mr. Speaker. Because even when you look at infrastructure, how can that infrastructure, there are only 40 trucks that you can park there, Senator Mundi. Yet we have a number of trucks, Mr. Speaker. We were being told it takes 10 minutes to clear. But that is not the truth. We have 22 agencies, Mr. Speaker, that instead of taking 4 hours to clear here, you take more than 4 days. Because of some agencies are not operationally 24 hours, Mr. Speaker. For example, to clear an inbound of dairy products, you have to wait for approval from Kenya Dairy Board in Nairobi. They don't have people who can do approval here, Mr. Speaker. That is what is undermining efficiency, Mr. Speaker, of free trade area in East Africa, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, as a committee, we must tell these two agencies. And Mr. Speaker, even I'm wondering, why do we call one border post? There is nothing one. You have 22 agencies that you have to clear with. Unless the word, or I'm not good in English, why would you say one border post, one clearance? It is 22 border posts, Mr. Speaker. That's the reality. Because KEFIS is here, KRA is here, Kenya Dairy Board is here, Mr. Speaker. It is very unfortunate, Mr. Speaker, that we call it border posts. It is the mockery of the English language or mockery of the people, Mr. Speaker. So this issue of clearance is very unfortunate, but I'm happy the Kenya Revenue are collecting a lot of money For example, in financial year 2023-2024, the target was 4.8 billion, but they collected 4.1 billion. 2024-2025, they collected, the target was 5.33 billion, but they ended up collecting 6.8 billion, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, another issue is the county government. And I think we did advise them, Mr. Speaker, that they need to improve. Because just
30 seconds.
so the counties, the county government of Busia misled us yesterday. Yet they are charging 2,500 for the trailer, 1,000 for the canter, and 1,500, 2,000 for dairy products. Mr. Speaker, if we have to be efficient, let us have a multi-agency to ensure that we have proper efficiency of trade. And I hope after this resolution we will make out the trading partners within East Africa will be for the better of all of us. With those many remarks, Mr. Speaker, I beg to support this motion.
The Deputy Speaker.
Senator Wambua, you should also recognize that there is some protocol that shouldn't be observed. At some